Off the coast of western India, underwater explorers found something they were not expecting: stone walls, pillars, structures that look man made, sitting more than 100 feet below the surface of the Arabian Sea. Local traditions has pointed to this place for thousands of years. They call it Dwarka, the legendary city of Lord Sri Krishna. But is there any truth behind the legend? According to the ancient Indian text, particularly the Mahabharata and the Bhagavata Purana, Dwarka was a magnificent city built by Lord Sri Krishna himself. The stories described it as a fortified island city, rich, advanced, and protected by the sea. After Lord Sri Krishna left the world, the texts say the city was swallowed by the ocean. For centuries, this was treated as a mythology. Then modern technology entered the picture. In the 90s, 80s, and 1990s, the marine archaeologists from India's National Institute of Oceanography began surveying the waters of the coast of modern-day Dwarka and Bet Dwarka in Gujarat. They found submerged structures, stone blocks, walls, and what appear to be the remains of a harbor. Some of these formations lie at the depth of 20 to 40 meters. The structures are arranged in a way that do not look purely natural. This is where the story becomes interesting. What evidence shows? What has been confirmed? There are man-made looking stone structures underwater near Dwarka. Some pottery and artifacts recovered from the areas have been dated by the researchers to roughly 1500 to 2000 BCE or earlier. The location matches the traditional description of an ancient city that was later submerged. What remains uncertain: whether these ruins are the exact city described in the epics, how old the structures truly are, whether a large, advanced city of the scale described in the text actually exists there. Archaeologists are cautious. They speak of submerged settlements and possible ancient harbor structures. They do not claim to have found Lord Krishna's palace. The scriptural account. In the traditional accounts, Dwarka was not an ordinary city. It was said to have been constructed with the help of divine architect Lord Vishwakarma. The city was described as having golden buildings, wide roads, and a strong fortification. After the events of Mahabharata War and Lord Sri Krishna's departure, the texts say that the sea rose and claimed the city. This idea of a city being submerged is not unique to Indian tradition. Similar flood myths appear in many cultures. What makes Dwarka different is that people can still point to a real location and real underwater remains. Competing interpretation. There are three main ways people interpret this. Traditional view. The underwater structure are remains of legendary Dwarka described in the epics. Archaeological view. There was an ancient settlement or port city here that was later submerged due to the sea level changes or coastal erosion. It may have inspired later legends. Skeptical view. The structures are natural rock formation or remains of much later historical periods, and the connection to the Lord Sri Krishna is cultural rather than historical. All three views exist. None has been proven beyond debate. Why this matter? Whether or not these ruins are the Dwarka of the epics, something important is happening here. A living tradition pointed to a specific place of centuries. Modern science later found submerged structures at that exact location. This raises deeper questions. How much of an ancient oral tradition preserves real historical memory? How do myths form around real places? And what else might still lie buried under the sea or under the earth? The bigger picture. Dwarka is not just a story about one city. It sits at the intersection of three powerful forces: ancient Indian literature, modern marine archaeology, the human need to connect the past with meaning. For many in India, Dwarka is sacred. For researcher, it is a site of investigation. For global audience, it is a rare case where mythology or archaeology appear to touch. The sea has not given up all its secrets. Somewhere off the coast of Gujarat, stone structures still rest in silence. Were they part of a legendary city ruled by one of the most important figures in Indian tradition? Or are they the remains of an ordinary ancient port that later become the stage for a powerful story? We do not have a final answer. But the question itself is worth asking. What happens when an ancient story and modern discovery begin to overlap? And how many other places like this are still waiting beneath the water? Hail Lord Shri Krishna! Hail the city, the Dwarka!